Ivan Cleary has spoken for the first time since the NRL revealed their punishment for the trainer incident. Take a look.
Look, I think the punishment's pretty heavy, yeah, particularly for Corey. Like, I think his suspension's the biggest of anyone in the NRL this year. His penalty's based on some other things. Like, that, there's no justice system in the world that does that, so I think that's a little harsh. And since I've seen it, it hasn't changed my view one bit. Yeah, it was clearly a mistake. It's the first time in 4 years that Corey's actually even run that line, because his job is to stay with the team after the goal's been kicked or missed or whatever. I don't know the numbers of other clubs either, so I don't know where that stands. The NRL has obviously made a decision. Yeah, I mean, whether that's been influenced by all the, the hysteria around it this week, that's probably up for them to work out.
Ivan maintains it was an accident, and Gordy and I have been pretty strong on this on the show. But watching that press conference, I don't know if it's a moment of weakness, but I started feeling sorry for the trainer. I watched it early and I'm like,
It's like there's two in a tackle. Who do you blame? So Ivan should have the 5 weeks. So if Ivan feels that bad, Ivan, if you called him back, you have the 5 weeks off and just let him run the water.
I did genuinely feel sorry for him when listening to that. And
especially on Monday when you hammered him.
As I always do, I told it how I see it.
Yeah, same
I
here.
don't change my opinion on the incident, but...
You still think he did it on purpose?
No, I didn't say... I've never said he did it on purpose.
No.
I either said he's the dumbest trainer in the league, or he did it on purpose. There's no real in between for me. It's one or the other.
I think he's had a brain fade. I seriously do. I agree with... Fortunately, I agree with what Reedy said on Monday night.
Oh, mate. You're going to put on his pink jacket.
It is. He gets hammered a lot, Reedy, but I agree with what he said.
What did he say?
Well, he said his mind was... It's clear... For mine, it's a clear accident. No one is deliberately going to do that. I just don't think in this day and age, because you're never going to get away with it, right? It's not like...
They did. They did get away with it.
How did they get away with it?
They got a $50,000 fine, please.
They got away with it. They pulled up and had another conversion attempt, right? Like, obviously that's not ideal, but they didn't get away with it. It's not like Jaden Campbell kicked the ball as he was running through and didn't get another opportunity.
He had the shits, Jaden.
Of course he did.
There's a reason they iced the kicker in the NFL and call a timeout for that exact response.
That's right. That's a good point you make.
There should be a rule in place that if that ever happens again, it's a potential 8-point try, right? For sure.
I found this to be the most offensive thing for the last week is that the NRL didn't come out immediately on the Monday morning and say, all right, there's a loophole, we're closing it. As of this moment, if a kicker is interfered with by a trainer, by a ball boy, by someone on the bench throwing a water bottle, someone not part of the 13 players, it is either automatic goal, kick in front, 8, whatever it is. They can close that tomorrow.
Agree.
Right? This could happen again tomorrow night. It could be 22-all.
It's not going to happen.
There is nothing in the rules stopping it.
It is not going to happen.
Now, the other thing I found, can I get into this?
If your side's going to win...
It's not going to happen, Gordy.
Gordy. No, but
Gordy,
just hear me out, because it doesn't happen. But if it happened at any other club and they didn't have prior and they didn't wet balls and they didn't stop the game and their gamesmanship...
The wetting balls way more... that's a deliberate offence, right? That should have been a 5-game penalty, not this.
See, this is where a lot of people are split, because you clearly don't think it was an accident.
I don't think it was deliberate.
And a lot of people agree, so I'm not dismissing it. But then the ones that a lot of people think it was intentional, and then it's bad. It's formed.
Not in doing that.
Well, was the punishment too harsh or not?
No, punishment was a typical NRL punishment. Looks big. It's a wet leather sleeve, because 50. That's a wild chuko for a month at Penrith Leagues that pays that. The money does not matter.
It does matter to the trainer to miss 5 games, though, on a personal
Well, you don't
front.
think he'll be... Well, I think
he'll be
Penrith
paid,
will
of course.
sup
No,
him.
As much as I felt sorry for him during that press conference, unfortunately he deserved it.
I'm going to be honest
5
with you.
games?
That was a major
you've got to
stuff
get it out. Like, do you know what? The game's hard. No, seriously. The game's hard enough without... and players should be deciding it, right? So we get up, referees doing it, and whether it did... And I don't think that cost the Titans, like other game, because we had our opportunities. But it denied him the opportunity to think. And Jaden Campbell's reaction, as I said before, is perfect, because he's such a cool kid that plays off the cuff and loves his footy. And for him to react like that, that's why I'm going the way I am.
I'm with you, Mick. I think it was accidental as well. His reaction seemed too genuine for me. But I found the NRL... yesterday fascinating in going back to the 6 incidents. So they have basically said this is systematic. Whereas we're sort of umming and ahhing, are these just a series of odd events? They're going, no, this is 6 incidents going back to 2021. Then the 50,000 is irrelevant. It should have been
Well, the
perhaps
50,000
something like
stop it from happening again.
a suspended sentence. You do this again, because we think you're doing this on purpose, is basically what the NRL's saying. We'll take points off you. We'll take a game off you. Gordy, they're the ones that said, we think this has gone on too long. They're the ones that said 6 incidents in 5 years, whereas all of the rest of us are thinking, geez, maybe this bloke just had a bad moment.